Chesterfield County is located 290 feet above sea level in northeastern South Carolina, alongside the North Carolina border. The county is located on a long ridge running east and west, and because Chesterfield was never affected historically by a serious epidemic of typhoid fever or smallpox, many believe the location to be a healthy ridge. Indians lived throughout the area with no white settlement recorded until the Welsh Baptists came from Delaware in 1736. Philip Stanhope, 4th Earl of Chesterfield, gave land grants to the Craig family. John Craig, who fought in the American Revolutionary War in South Carolina, settled here and built a mill that was known as Craig's Mill. It was very versatile in that it contained a grist, flour, and sawmill, as well as a cotton gin. The Stage and Main Post Road, which provided a north-south stage route from New York to New Orleans, became known as the Old Wire Road when the telegraph came into existence. By 1845, the county was industrialized, and all material needs for the citizens were supplied by local industry, including an iron foundry. In present day, Chesterfield County serves 8 municipalities and records nearly 50,000 residents. 16 public schools serve approximately 8,000 students, and it is estimated that Chesterfield agribusiness employs roughly 6,000 employees. The county has several sizable recreational type lands, which altogether total more than 100,000 acres. Established in 1939, the Carolina Sandhills National Wildlife Refuge encompasses nearly 46,000 acres and was established to restore and maintain the rapidly diminishing longleaf pine and wiregrass ecosystem. The refuge has the largest population of the endangered red-cockaded woodpeckers on service-owned lands. The H. Cooper Black Jr. Memorial Field Trial and Recreation Area is the setting for national-level field trial and retriever competitions. It covers more than 7,000 rolling acres of longleaf pine forest and fields, with the park's facilities including stables, dog kennels, corrals, arenas, waterfowl ponds, campgrounds, and a kitchen and meeting hall. There are more than 20 miles of equestrian trails and sand roads for riders in the park, with some leading into the adjacent Sandhill State Forest. Cheraw State Park boasts Lake Juniper, a 300-acre impoundment built by the Civilian Conservation Corps during the Great Depression. The Hudsonia Flats Heritage Trust Site protects populations of rare plants in the park, including golden heather and pixie moss, as well as other species in the 7,000 acres. Chesterfield County houses 6 golf courses, including the famous 18-hole Cheraw State Park. This championship course winds its way through the longleaf pine lands of the traditional state park. It's a course that's earned notice from the Audubon Society for the way it's managed to preserve and protect the habitat it shares. The Chesterfield Soil and Water Conservation District has 5 commissioners who oversee the district activities. Currently, our board is manned by Dwight Johnson, Billy Jenkins, William Griggs, Roger Smith, and Jack Hurst. They meet bi-monthly unless urgent matters dictate additional meetings. Sharon Workman is the Conservation District's administrative assistant who handles everything that's thrown at her, from helping clients to ordering parts for our grain drill. The The district works hand in hand with the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service to give guidance and technical assistance to landowners interested in developing conservation plans on their properties. In addition, the NRCS administers Farm Bill programs to eligible landowners and farmers who qualify. Currently, Charles Babb is our district conservationist, and the technician position is filled by Susan Griggs. The main conservation interests in this county revolve around livestock and poultry operations, followed by cropland, and more recently, an interest is growing in longleaf pine. Many livestock producers have become involved with our programs because of a desire to make changes in their operations to improve water quality on their farms. Traditionally, many producers rely on natural water sources such as streams and ponds for their livestock water needs. In light of recent drought years, some natural water sources are becoming less reliable, and new information on the amount of water contamination with fecal coliform and suspended sediments have livestock owners transferring their operations to a well and trough type system. In addition, ranchers are becoming more efficient stewards of their grass and are practicing more intensively managed systems that include rotational grazing and beginning to switch away from monocultures of a single type of grass. Grazers are learning that a better grass-based system relies on a variety of warm and cool season grasses, as well as incorporating some native type grasses into their operations. Due to various longleaf initiatives, landowner interest in establishing new or maintaining existing longleaf has been profound. USDA programs, and more recently the Sandhills Longleaf Pine Conservation Partnership, has further increased the amount of funding available for landowners with suitable soils for longleaf. As with most districts, adequate funding is always a concern. The district receives approximately $300 from an appropriation from our county, as well as a $13,000 allotment from the state, but neither is guaranteed. As a result, we typically attempt to locate grant money and sources of income that allow us to A. help landowners, and B. generate salary or expense money for our district technician and administrative assistant. We have two projects that are currently contributing funding to our district. Our grant allows us to cost share on the installation of fences to keep livestock out of ponds and streams, and install alternate water sources such as wells and watering tanks. Additional livestock practices include the installation of heavy use areas, critical area plantings, and enabling a producer to implement rotational grazing systems. The grant also targets producers that rely on poultry manure for their fertilizer needs. By cost sharing on items such as a litter shed or a nutrient management plan, helps producers better utilize the litter on their land without using too much in one place or at one time. The Hills Creek grant also has a septic component which targets the repair or renewal of failing septic tanks. Homeowners with failing systems are offered 60% cost share assistance to repair ailing systems. Nearly a dozen homeowners have already taken advantage of the program. The district's newest partnership is with the Sandhills Longleaf Pine Conservation Partnership, a group of government and non-governmental organizations who have joined resources to promote the conservation of the longleaf pine in a focus area in Chesterfield County. The group was established in late 2010 and has secured nearly $120,000 in funding for the establishment and management of longleaf in this focus area. Also have been awarded an additional $150,000 grant to continue the program. The district administers the funding for the grants in exchange for a small stipend. Our district currently has roughly a dozen active projects that we manage, administer, or are otherwise involved with as a service to our community. Annually, the district recognizes a Chesterfield County farmer that does an exemplary job managing his farming operation in a conservation-minded manner. All recipients work actively with the district or the NRCS office to continuously improve their operations. Past recipients include a turfgrass farm, an organic livestock and vegetable producer, as well as several traditional livestock operations. By far, the most participation is generated with our annual poster contest, in which students from all over the county design and create posters on the National Conservation District theme. A good participation from a number of teachers make this program a success. Students compete for bragging rights, prize dollars, and the chance to have their posters entered into a state-level contest. A no-till grain drill is kept and maintained by the district and is available for rent on a per-acre basis for landowners in Chesterfield County. It is a service that helps small farmers and landowners, for which may not be feasible for them to purchase or maintain such a substantial piece of equipment. The district maintains a website and a Facebook page as a source of information about our district, contest and program information, upcoming events, and our staff. Over the past several years, the district has worked with the local children's home to help show the residents the wonders of our outside world. Activities included a birdhouse building day, planting a garden, and a wildflower habitat, as well as a sunflower patch. Unfortunately, time restraints have reduced the amount of time we are able to spend there. We're always looking for volunteers to help us continue our love and help for the Connie Maxwell Children's Home. In its second year, the district, in conjunction with the Sandhills Longleaf Pine Conservation Partnership, participates in the free Longleaf and Lunch Demonstration Day that offers a morning of education and field tours to interested landowners. The district strives to connect with all residents of Chesterfield County, and we accomplish this through a multifaceted aspect of customer service and outreach. Our partnership with the NRCS generates a lot of interest with new clients calling or stopping by the office because they got information on a state or national level program. This opens the door for us to talk to them about their farms and foster a conservation-minded relationship with new customers. We are developing a following of teachers from our local schools due to the diligent promotional efforts of our poster and photo contest. This has taken tremendous effort, but we are currently rewarded with over 100 participants annually. We have a very strong relationship with our local newspaper. It is very receptive to publishing all of our press releases and agriculture-based stories. This is a key outreach avenue that will reach many residents who may have no immediate ties to agriculture. On a personal level, we all have strong ties to our community through our churches and familial ties. When outside of work, none of us hesitate to stop and talk to someone who has questions about what we do. Sometimes we find we are more approachable outside of the office, and the key to building a strong community presence is to always be willing to stop and talk about the district, even at the grocery store or Little League game. Many times districts do not let people what they do and what invaluable services they provide to their county. Don't hesitate to beef up your PR campaign and tell people about your organization. Whether or not people know exactly what a conservation district is or does, our roles in the community, to our citizens, and to our environment are critical to ensuring that our natural resources are managed the best way possible.